you for tuning in to Glorious Vision Television. My name is Tope Oginni, and you are welcome to Live Tips. Live Tips is an educative and informative program that gives safety information advice to all people who wants to be safety conscious and safety awareness. This is where we talk about life matters, safety matters, on how to keep your safety as priority and make safety first in all that you do. This is where we help you to know about your safety rights and your safety responsibilities, to keep yourself and your loved ones safe, and also to know how you are supposed to react in any emergency situation that you may find yourself. This is what Live Tips is all about. So if this is your first time, this is Live Tips. So on today's episode of Live Tips, we are going to be discussing staying safe in gridlock. How you can stay safe while you are in a gridlock. Gridlock is more than just a nuisance. It is a reality for many commuters in busy cities. Long hours spent in traffic can be very, very exhausting, time wasting, and sometimes very, very unsafe. People who has been held up in gridlock can testify to all of this, that it's not always an easy thing. Gridlock is different from traffic when you are in a traffic jam. No, there are two different things. Traffic is still moving, while when we say gridlock, is something that is just there. It just stay and it doesn't move. So anything can happen during that hour. Beyond frustration, gridlock can expose drivers and passengers to risks such as theft, accidents, or even health problems. That's why it's important to understand the causes and learn how to stay safe while stuck in a gridlock. What do we mean by gridlock? Gridlock is a severe traffic jam where vehicles are packed so tightly that movement almost comes to a standstill. Unlike regular traffic, gridlock is often harder to escape because every lane is blocked and alternative routes are just limited. So gridlock is the worst. It's going to be a standstill. That's why I don't know if you have heard where people are held up in a gridlock. They have to sleep on the road. They have to spend hours on the road. I have had a situation where somebody said they were going outside Lagos for an event and they were caught up in a gridlock. In fact, they said they had to just park and look for a safe place. That's where they did their own party. They could not get to that party. All the food they prepared, they were taken to the party. They just have to do their own party on the road. They did not ever get there. So this shows how terrible this gridlock is. Different from the normal traffic. At least that one is always when people call you, it's moving small. You tell them it's moving small. Gridlock doesn't move, it will be standing. And for many people who have experienced this, we understand what I'm saying. What are the causes of gridlock? Too many cars during rush hours or festive seasons. These are the times that we normally experience this gridlock. During rush hours like closing hour, during close of business, when people are rushing home, everybody wants to get home at the same time and nobody is ready to be patient for somebody. Then during festive seasons, Christmas or any festive season that you can think of, many people want to travel home, and because of that, there is usually gridlock. Poor road infrastructure, road work in progress. You see, they put it road work in progress. Narrow lanes, potholes, and poorly designated junctions, and all of them is another thing, another cause of this gridlock. Accidents or breakdowns. When there's an accident ahead of you and they are trying, maybe it's a fatal accident, they are trying to remove people, they are trying to take people to the hospital, they have to ensure that they stop other vehicles to enable them to do all of that. Traffic light malfunctions. Lights going off at busy intersections can be another cause. Vendors and vehicles taking up road space. You know vendors, those road vendors that normally rush at your car. Do you want water? Do you want biscuits? Do you want this? Those ones too, they are another cause, because sometimes they will just take the whole part of the road, and no vehicle will want to hit them. They have to pause to ensure that they clear them away from the road. This can be another cause of gridlock. Flooded streets during heavy rains too. You know, we are already in the rainy season now. These two, many people who goes out regularly may have experienced this too. Impatience, reckless overtaking, and ignoring traffic lights is another cause. That's human factors. Somebody is not patient enough to wait for this driver to go so that everybody will shall go, but somebody wants to. Somebody is not ready to be patient or be ready to just wait for the other person. Everybody wants to go, and in the course of that, there may be a collision or anything can just happen. Reckless overtaking, somebody who is not impatient, who's not patient too, wants to overtake because he or she feels that, like the deadline that I talked about too, when somebody is trying to meet a deadline, what they are supposed to have done in time, they didn't do it. Now they have an appointment for 10 o'clock. The person is just leaving his or her home like 9:30, and he or she still want to meet up the 10 o'clock appointment. So this can be another cause of gridlock that can cause accident or cause some people not to. Then ignoring traffic rules. When we have traffic rules that say stop, go, wait, and somebody is not ready to do that, it can be. Let's look at some of the safety tips now. While you find yourself in a gridlock next time, it may be a commercial, you are in a commercial vehicle or your private vehicle, your spouse vehicle, your daddy, your parents' vehicle. It may be anything, but you happen to find yourself in a gridlock. What are you supposed to do? The first thing you do is keep doors locked and windows rolled up. That is not, especially for those that are going to be caught up in this gridlock in the evenings or in the late nights. Especially when you see that it's getting dark. You are like the people that I talked about, that they could not go to their party. It has happened to me too. I went for an event and I was going back to my home. In fact, I slept on the road. We couldn't. I had to call my family and tell them that this is where we are. We just have to, everybody in that bus came down and we just have to go and look for water, something to eat, because we know it was obvious on that day that nobody would be able to. It was a standstill. Standstill. I have experienced it before. So now, keep doors locked and windows rolled up. Protect yourself from opportunistic thieves. Gridlock is always an opportunity for robbers, thieves, to come and do all sorts of things, you know, for especially when it is dark. In fact, even when it is not dark, because it's a gridlock, you can see them in numbers. They will just be entering people's car, you know, be threatening people with one kind of weapon or the other. So the best thing to do is just keep your car doors locked and roll up your window. Don't leave your window down while answering call. That's not the time when you want to answer call. Your window is down and you're answering call. They will snatch your phone from you and it goes off like that. It's a gridlock. It's not like it's a traffic that is moving. You just get up, you'll be right. You can never outrun them. So the best thing is when you're in a gridlock, like I said, it is always an opportunity for all these robbers, all these petty thieves to move around looking for people who roll down their glasses that they can steal their phones, steal their valuables because their car door, their car windows is open. Stay alert and be aware of your surroundings. Don't get carried away. I know you're already tired. You're already tired. You are already overwhelmed. You want to get home because you have done a lot of things and you need to get home, take your shower, eat your food and sleep. That is where your mind is. But that does not mean that you should get carried away to the extent that you don't remember anything around you anymore. It's not right. So limit your phone distractions, observe the vehicles and people around you. Ensure that you're observing people that are going and coming. Don't forget, I said the first thing is it is always an opportunity for some people to come and raid you. So please, when you find yourself in a gridlock like that, what you are supposed to do is don't get carried away with phone distractions. You are chatting, you are Facebooking, WhatsApping, and all the rest of them because you want to keep yourself busy. You know, you are just tired and all. You are listening to music and you just get carried away. You see people going and coming. Please be very, very, it's not just about your valuables. Let's assume you have children in the car. You may just get lost in your phone to the extent that if your car door is not rolled up, your window is not rolled up, your children can be kidnapped inside your vehicle and you may not know. So it's very important that you stay alert. A thief may pretend to sell items to you to snatch valuables. Some of these people, it's not all of them that actually want to sell something. It has happened to a friend of mine who, if not because of his daughter, who was very aware of her environment. The dad was just doing something else. No, and the guy came as if he wanted to sell something. The father didn't even look there. He was on his phone. And the next thing he did was he just stretched his hand to take the man's phone. He has two phones. He was working with one and the other one was inside the car. It was the daughter that shouted, "Daddy, daddy, daddy," and that is when he alerted the dad and that man ran away. This was the same person that came as if he wanted to sell something. He did not just come alone. He came with like, "Do you want to buy something?" So be careful. When you are in a gridlock and all these people that are coming, you want water, you want biscuit, you want this. Not all of them are there to sell. Hide valuables. Keep your phones, your wallets, and your bags out of sight. Immediately you realize that there is a gridlock, please keep your phones, your wallets, your bags out of sight. Anything that is valuable to you, that is not the time to expose them to anybody that is passing, going and coming. That is not the time to do that. So don't leave your laptop on the passenger seat in plain view. Don't do that. Your laptop, your phones, your money, cash, your dollars, all of this, your jewelries, please, your wristwatch. All these thieves, they know the worth of those things. If you think that they don't know, why do you think that they have to steal them if they don't know the worth? So you know them, please keep them. Immediately you realize maybe you don't have an AC and you have to roll down. Now you have to ensure that you keep your valuables safe. Maintain a safe distance. Leave space between your car and the one ahead of you for emergency maneuvering. In case you have to maneuver, maybe you are on a line. We are talking about gridlock now. Everywhere is gridlock. But at times, sometimes there may be a little movement. And immediately you observe the movement. It may not be from your own line. It may be the next line or the third line. It depends on how much the lane can contain. Now, maybe you want to maneuver your own car from that one that is standstill. If you are too close with the car ahead of you or the one behind you, you may not be able to do that. So try, no matter the level of the gridlock, please ensure that you maintain a very safe distance. If a suspicious group approaches, you will have room to move. If there's an emergency, if there's something that, hey, if you are already too close, you will not be able to get out of that space. So please, stay in a well-lit, populated route if it is night. If you are caught up in a gridlock that happens to take longer than necessary, take you into the night, please choose busier, safer roads, even if longer. Now you can say, what if that is where the gridlock caught up with me or caught up with us? I cannot do anything at that point. I just have to. What you need to do at that point is just roll up, like I said, lock your car, lock everything that needs to be locked, hide your valuables. Then the next thing you do is you can stay out of the car. You and your family, you can go and stay in a well-lit place. That is where there's light, where you know that it is very busy. Other people too, because in the case of gridlock like that, you see other people that they will step out of their car, they will go. That is when you make friends. People that you don't know, because you are all in this together, you now become friends, emergency friends. You now become, you'll be discussing to keep the time. You'll be discussing, you'll be chatting with one another, you'll be talking about everything, discussing from one topic to another. You become emergency friend immediately. So if you know that where your own gridlock caught up with your car is a place that is dark, there's no light, like I said, I will advise that you just lock up your cars, roll up your windows, your boot, and keep your valuables safe. If you can keep them safe, if there's a place that you can keep them that it should not be exposed to people who are passing, you can do that. But if there is no, you can always bring them out to be among the people where you are discussing in the busy area. Avoid confrontations. Stay calm. If another driver cuts you off, tempers in gridlock can escalate because everybody is already tensed. Everybody is eager to go home. Everybody is tired, is frustrated at that point. So any little thing can escalate. So I will advise, at that point is not the time to let them see your anger issue, to reveal your anger issue. Try and maintain your temper at that point. Anything can happen. So please, there will be confrontations where somebody will say, you are not patient enough. Why are you doing this? Why are you driving like this? Why did you hit me? Why did you? Everybody is like, at that point, they are tense, they are overwhelmed. So please learn to ensure that you avoid all of this. Be calm in a situation like that. Follow up before long journeys. Running low on fuel in a standstill can leave you stranded though. Hey, that's why it's not even just for gridlock alone. Anytime you are stepping out of your house, ensure that you check your tank. Ensure that you have more than enough. Not enough now. I said more than enough. If it is there, you will still be the one that will use it. Not like you don't have anything in your reserve. Like your reserve, you know there's something they call reserve. So if your own reserve, you don't have anything left in your reserve, there's trouble. And it is very important that you fill up your tank in case of this type of gridlock now. And if you have to move and you just discover that the moment that everybody is now saying move, 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 that's when you discover that your own fuel is finished. What will you do? And what if it is in the night? Most filling stations normally close like 9, I guess. So maybe at that time that you felt this is 10 already. Where are you going to get fuel at that time of the night? So it's very important that you always ensure that you fuel up before long journeys and short journeys. Any type of journey, just ensure, because you don't know what might happen on the road. The road is not predictable any longer. Keep emergency contacts handy. Have a number of family or road safety agencies that can save. Maybe if you have number of any of this road safety, if you happen to be caught up, you can always call any one of them. There's no time that they don't work. They work 24/7. Like the one I said that I was caught up. I was surprised when we got to the front. I saw some of this road safety still working at that 12 a.m. They were there. They were the one in the front, ensuring that the vehicles pass left and passing the vehicles, trying to clear this gridlock. So you can always ensure that you have this number, especially for you that you have a car, you are a commuter or you're a private car owner. Always ensure that you have all this number, police number, any family member, safety agencies number that can help to save the situation. Like for your family member, it's just to tell them that when you see that, oh, the time is just running late, you have to let them know we're already caught up in a gridlock and it's a standstill. Just keep praying for us and all of that. You have to let the member of your family know, or you have the number of the police in case there's any robbery or thievery. Like I said, is an opportunity for all of these criminals to perpetrate their evil at that point in time. So if you have the number of any of this, you can help to call to check all these criminals. Safety agencies, any safety agencies number that you have, they can come and save the situation to help you clear the gridlock so that everybody can move. If you have air conditioning in your car, if windows must be open, keep them slightly down, not wide open. Like I said, I said your window rolled up, your car locked. If you have AC and you want to use them, just ensure that you keep them low. Trust your instinct. If something feels off, please take cautions and look for a safe option. Even while there, if you feel that something is not right, if your instinct is telling you, if the Holy Spirit is ministering to you that you should get out of the car, go and look for a safe place. Don't say, I cannot leave my car. It is better for something to happen to your car than for you to lose your life and the life of the members of your family. So even while you are in the gridlock and you are hearing a voice or your instinct is saying that, please take your family and get out of this car and look for a safe place. Please do not ignore that voice. Travel in daylight where it is possible. Crimes in gridlock are more common at night. Yes, very, very common at night. Not like it doesn't happen in daytime, but very, very common and very, very terrible, because everywhere will definitely be dark. You wouldn't even see the face of these criminals. And that is when they normally come out in their numbers. From stories that we have had, they will come in their numbers and use that opportunity to raid everyone, kidnap people, thief things, use weapons and all of that. That will not be your portion in Jesus' name. For pedestrians, for those who will be walking, for commuters, please avoid walking between tightly packed cars. Some of you that you see that cars are tightly packed together, and that is when you want to walk in between. What if the car move or start immediately? What happens to your leg? What happens to your leg? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Look for a more safer place to go and walk. So this is for pedestrians, those that will be walking, commuters, and not the rest of them. So avoid walking between tightly packed cars. Be mindful of your bags and phones, especially in crowded buses. In conclusion, gridlock is unavoidably at times, but your safety should always come first. By staying alert, prepared, and cautious, you can always protect yourself and your loved ones, even in the longest traffic jams. Thank you so much. To this, I've come to the end of this particular episode today. I want to thank everyone who has joined me on today's episode. So if when next you happen to travel on a long or short journey and you are caught up in the gridlock, now you know what you are supposed to do to keep yourself safe, your loved one, and even your valuables safe from any forms of criminal activity. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone and to the production crew for making today's production a great success. Until I come your way again on another exciting episode of Life Tips. Don't forget, on Life Tips, we will always help you to stay alert so that you don't get hurt. Bye for now.